Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Living Liv. As I mentioned in my last video, I would be doing a video about my basement tattoo, which if you don't know what a basement tattoo is, it's just kind of like, it's not technically always in a basement, it's just called a basement tattoo because it's when people have a tattoo machine. It could be done by a professional, but most of the time it's just a kid or a person you know who has a tattoo machine that they bought offline and is like,
oh guys, I got a tattoo machine, I got the ink, do you want something on your skin? I'll put it on you for free, or I'll give you a good deal on it.
So this is my story of my only tattoo, which happens to be a basement tattoo. So the tattoo I got on Friday the 13th. It's a 13 and it's on my ankle, like right where that little bone is, which when I got it, I was told it's gonna be really painful. You have a nerve that runs right through there. And I was really nervous, but I was in my friend's music studio and everyone was kind of tired. It was 12 o'clock at night on Friday the 13th. And we're all like, what can we do for fun? And there happened to be a tattoo artist there. Obviously, we weren't in a shop, but he had all of his stuff there. It was clean. He had clean needles, brand new needles. So it was sanitary, but it's obviously not like a professional shop. So that wasn't the biggest concern for me at the time. But everyone was like, oh, great idea. We'll all get 13s together. And dumb me was like, okay, guys. And they were like, who's gonna go first? Me. We went through all of these pictures online and picked out different fonts of like numbers and stuff. I wanted it like this big and it ended up being like this big. And as soon as I got mine done, which it took about an hour, it didn't take very long. It wasn't very painful as I thought it was going to be. No one else got their 13, it was just me. And I don't know if it was just because everyone was second guessing the guy who was doing it, because it actually ended up not being the tattoo artist who did it. It was the friend of the tattoo artist who actually owned the attic that we were in, the music studio, who was being trained to do tattoos. Also not a good idea. But I wasn't really thinking that at the time. I was edgy teen, give me a tattoo, slap it on me, I don't care. The pain level wasn't that high. I would say maybe 2, 3 out of 10. It could have just been because I was laying on a couch. I was tired as hell. He was pretty light-handed. He wasn't heavy-handed at all. He wasn't going over the same place over and over and over again. Which I will get to. I actually had to get it redone over. And I got it redone over by the tattoo artist who was training him as soon as it was done healing. Because once it was done healing, I could see that it was patchy. The lines weren't super straight. It was a lighter gray. I thought it was going to be darker, which I wasn't really mad about. It wasn't like I paid money for it. I paid skin. It takes up a good 2x2, 2x3 inch portion of my skin, but it's actually in a place where I can hide it pretty well. So people would ask me like, why'd you get it done? Like, why wouldn't you just go to a professional or whatever? And I guess like in the moment, I was kind of just being dumb and it was just something fun for us to do because we were all bored. It was free. Not really, as I just explained. If I were to, like, if someone asked me if I were to do it again, if I didn't have a basement tattoo, maybe. Now that I have one, I guess it depends on the situation, which, I mean, I should just be saying, no, like, you should never do that, but I know that some people will just go out and do it anyway. But I will tell you some pros and cons about it. Pros, obviously, it's cheap. You might be more comfortable with the artist because it's just your friend, but it's more of a comfort, like, you don't really care if they see you, like, if, like, it's painful and you're like, oh man, this really hurts or whatever, like, you don't feel pressured, like, the tattoo artist is gonna think you're a sissy or whatever. It's cheap or it's free. You might be able to do some things that you couldn't in a tattoo shop, like, in this particular music studio, you could smoke cigarettes. So if you're a cigarette smoker, you were able to smoke while getting your tattoo, which obviously is not sanitary whatsoever. In my case, the needles he was using and everything he was using was sanitary. Again, there was an actual tattoo artist there, so he had proper needles, and he had all this antibacterial shit, gloves, all of that. In some people's cases, that's not the case. You have many dangers when it comes to basement tattoos. You don't know if the needle is sterile, if what they're using is sterile, if the ink they're using is actually made for your skin. You run risk of infection. Again, when you're smoking cigarettes or doing anything like that, that can cause infection. The quality of those certain tattoos are not the best. Pretty sure when I got mine done, they just used purple Sharpie to outline the tattoo and then go over it with the tattoo machine. Obviously, that's not how you do it. The lines aren't going to come out nearly as straight or clean without a stencil. There's no aftercare instructions, so when you're all done, it's kind of just like they wrap it up for you and you're good to go. But that's not the case. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to tell you how to treat it once it's done. So obviously, if you don't know what you're doing with tattoos, it's not gonna heal right. You know what? It's just like why I had to get it redone. Like, it just wasn't taken care of properly, it wasn't done properly, it didn't come out right. Then I had to get it redone again, and even now that it's redone again by the artist, even it still wasn't done in a tattoo shop. It was done in the attic again for the second time, and I still need to go get it done by a professional once I get my sternum piece done. So basically, yeah, the biggest pro with a basement tattoo is obviously it's going to be cheaper or free, but in my case, it's not actually free. And even free tattoos, they take up space on your body. That's not technically free unless you really don't care and you're going to be putting tattoos everywhere. But even then, you're going to run out of room at some point. I'm getting mine redone by a professional, which is going to cost me money. Because it ended up looking like crap, now I have to go get it redone, which you don't have to get it redone. You don't have to spend money on your basement tattoo to get it fixed. You can just have it on you, but it's going to look like crap. In my case, I don't want it to look like crap. I don't want anything on my body to technically look like crap. So I will go get it redone, and it will cost me money. So in the end, it wasn't the best idea. Another thing I wanted to talk about was it was a Friday the 13th tattoo. You could go get a Friday the 13th tattoo done at a professional shop, but you should look into your artist and you shouldn't just go for the cheapest deal. I know on Friday the 13th they usually have like deals like, oh, you can get a tattoo like this big, $13 will get you in and out. It might not be the best quality. You might want to spend the extra $25, $50 and get like a $75, $100 tattoo for Friday the 13th. If you're really into Friday the 13th tattoos, if you want some kind of chainsaw massacre tattoo on you, if you're really into that and you want that on your body for like the rest of your life, you might as well go and spend the extra money just to get a better quality Friday the 13th tattoo and not just have a little shitty piece of art somewhere on your body, because I've seen plenty of bad Friday the 13th tattoos, and I will classify mine as a pretty bad Friday the 13th tattoo. You know how many people ask me, like, why do you have a 13 on your ankle? And then I had to go through the whole story about how it was Friday the 13th, and I just wanted a Friday the 13th tattoo, so I got a free one. So yeah, that was just a little bit about my experience with my basement tattoo, my Friday the 13th tattoo. It is the 13th, it's not Friday, but I thought it was a little bit of a coincidence and a little funny that we happen to be filming this on this day. I will be bringing you videos more in the future, coming soon. I'm going for my consultation for my sternum tattoo. Pretty excited for that, my first professional tattoo, and I will also be talking to him about getting my 13 redone. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe, and make sure to come back for more videos in the future. Bye, guys. This is why I wanted a straw.
Oh. Oh my god, I went out there and forgot about it completely.